Right.
First self-made millionaire, black, white, male, female, period. First self-made millionaire, did it all for hair care.
Right, and so then
Adam C.J. Walker.
So then that's one of the things with the civil rights movement. If you wasn't independent in your business, you had to depend on the white folks, and so then you could easily lose your job, your income. So that's why Miss Burroughs could be so independent. My dad could be independent because he had to farm in the pulpwood. You follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that was very helpful.
Mrs. Burroughs was her own boss. She never worked for nobody.
Right. And then what we need to get back to is entrepreneurship, being ingenious, creating. And that's just tailors and seamstresses work. This was donated by the Ingalls family to this. They sent this, the family, the white folks that donated this to the museum, said it was a dough trough. Said that on the plantation, they made dough in this for the plantation. Wow. But before I heard that story, when I saw this, I remember this book, Bullwhip Days. It was a WPA project where government hired folks to go around and interview formerly enslaved people in the 1930s. I read this book in 1980, early 80s. And when I saw this, I remember this narrative right here. And I won't try to read it to you, but where Robert Shepard told about...
Just a little bit. Just read a little bit.
It is very hard to read. Okay, because y'all write in dialect, but I'll read it.
I can try. Look, the highlighted part?
Yeah, the highlighted. Yeah.
There was a great long trough that went plumb across the yard, and that was where us ate. For dinner, us had peas or some other sort of vegetables and cornbread. Aunt Vinny crumbled up that bread in the trough and poured the vegetables and pot liquor over it. Then she blowed in horn, and children come a-running from every which way. It was ate it all up, or if us ate it all up, she had to put more victuals in the trough. At night, she crumbled the cornbread in the trough and poured buttermilk over it. Us never had nothing but cornbread and buttermilk at night. Sometimes that trough would be a sight, because us never stopped to wash our hands. And for us, have been eating more than a minute or two that was in the trough would look like the red mud that had come off of our hands. Sometimes Aunt Vinny would fuss at us and make us clean it out. He said the red clay.
Right. And so then this looked like more of a trough that covered this much dough on a plantation for 5 or 6 white folk. That is too much bread. You know what I'm saying? But this seemed more like a trough they fed the children in.
Too much bread at night. I'm thinking about, I used to weigh 300 pounds. I was a big fat boy. I wrote a book called the 6 o'clock diet about my diet, how I lost all the weight, and I said stop eating after 6 in the book. But late at night, my mom, my grandma, and their family, they ate a 4th meal late at night. That's how we came up.
Right.
Eating. At the wrong time, eating the wrong things. Eating dirt and clay.
Right. But see how you talk about they fed the children like animals in a trough?
Yeah.
And I think that's what this is. This was. And this made by...
Jesus was born in a manger.
Right. But that was a trough for children. This was made by an enslaved person. This. And the owners of it said they tried to find the descendants of this enslaved, but they couldn't. So they donated this to the museum.
This is beautiful. I want to take this with me.
Don't take it with you.
Take this video.
So you're familiar with the Scottsboro boys, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is actually one of the jurors' chairs that convicted the Scottsboro boys.
Wow.
I don't know how Miss Burroughs got it, but she did get it for us here in the museum.
These both were jurors' chairs?
Just that one.
It was the jurors' chair. Wow.
Right. So at least
they were exonerated, right?
I thought they spent most of their life in prison.
Oh,
maybe
man.
the young one was exonerated. But seeing a 9-year-old child raped a lady. You know the story behind it.
I think it was after the conviction, maybe something that they do just to make people feel good.
Mm.
I think it was 2 white girls, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 white girls, 2 sisters. But
I see Rosa Parks back there.
right. But anyway, the last one over pardoned by the Alabama governor in 1976.
Yeah, they got a little pardon.
Yeah, after spending all your life in jail. But anyway, you saw yesterday that what's the name? Bryant died. The lady that,
Oh yeah, Karen Bryant.
that's it.
Emmett Till's accuser.
Right.
88 years old.
Yeah.
Lived her whole life.
Right. But she's standing before God.
Free.
I don't know if she lived free.
She lived, well, nah, not free from the truth, but
Right.
free to live without chains and without bars. And
Right. Let's walk around this way and show you a couple of them. How much time you got? Let's finish this up.
I got plenty of time. I came all the way. It's a long time coming. I don't know, what am I looking at here? Invisible Giants.
Miss Burroughs, another one of her quotes.
Our goal was freedom. We wanted to vote, and we wanted to have better jobs and make it better for our children and our coming generation. I think that if I have the qualifications for a job, I don't think I need to be denied because of my color. Just act like you don't know what color I am. Just equal, That's all I asked for. And then, hey, I'm done. She said that in the documentary that we watched.
Yeah. One of the things I remind people, you see this cotton, this print of this cotton. So I want you to pick this up. So people are picking 400 pounds a day.
400 pounds.
And they had to reach their hand into these.
This feel like about 85.
2, and a pound of that is a basket.
So that's a pound?
I guess a pound, but you follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you see they had to pull each, one thing like this to get 400 pounds. So this is one pull.
This is what grew around here?
Yeah, cotton. Cotton was king. That would make that's why they wanted us. They want free labor. You follow what I'm saying? So these fields were just endless fields of snow, cotton, and the people had to pick it. My mother talked about when they were in school, her brothers, how that the man more than one time would come get mine. They dressed, headed to school. But on the way they had left the house, on the way to school, the man came and got them and told my brother to get on the wagon. We got to go pick cotton because it's supposed to start raining next week. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And my brothers, my uncles, had to give mother my books, let her go on to school, and they give them man's wagon, go back home and change their clothes to work clothes, and my grandfather couldn't say anything about it. While his kids were in school. That was in, my mother, 30s.
Who was the cotton sold to?
Cotton was king. I'm glad you asked. That brick, come on, I'm show you. Keep it. That brick building right there, that brick building, that was the actual cotton gin.
Open this or close it? Keep it closed.
Yeah, let me I'm glad you asked. So 2 things went on with the cotton. The old building, actually, we think the museum owns the old building.
Really?
We're trying to get it.
With the big chimney right there.
Yeah, that's part of the gin, actually the gin and cotton. But the cotton was stored in that long brick building. It was all one complex. You follow
The
me?
safe house owns that building.
That's what we think.
Okay.
We're working on getting a clear title so we can restore it, do something with it.
Yeah.
That's the goal. So many things. That's right. So much we have to do. But this was cotton gin was up on this side of the world. You know what I'm saying? And if black people did not work for white people to pick their cotton, they often sharecropped.
Right.
And you know the story behind sharecropping, they never got what it was worth.
No.
But the Burroughs, I wish I had time to just take you just to see all of that.
Over there?
Not the Burroughs, where the Burroughs are from. Up in the hills, where Williamsburg, I'll tell you about. It's Bay Spring, North Hill County.
We could go up there.
It's about 2,000 acres up there that used to be Burroughs family. But we've sold a lot of it, that'd be taken, whatever. We still have quite a few Burroughs that own land up there where my dad, my siblings now, have about, 50, 60 acres up there. Something like maybe 100, I don't know. We still got land up there, but it's different plots. Bobby's uncle, Bobby got some up there. But the Burroughs own about 2,000 acres, 2 miles square, that we own, that Burroughs own. Come in the summertime so I can take you up there. I'm worried about getting stuck on this muddy road.
You live close by, you said.
That's the Burroughs.
Yeah.
And I live on a dirt road too, but I drive on it all the time. For the Burroughs are in the Burroughs Cemetery. You follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The road ain't always passable.
I want to go up there.
I shouldn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
If I had my truck, I'll take you.
We can drive in my car.
No. Stuck is stuck.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuck is stuck.
Let me know. Check this out.
I'm not sure, somewhere in this house. But let me walk off the other side and show you the entire museum. So then,
Was this the salon?
I think this was the house.
Okay.
This is the museum part first. And so then, maybe 20 years ago, Miss Burroughs got in touch with Auburn Rural Studios. And they added this part, and they connected the two houses. You know what I'm saying? So Miss Burroughs was here. She sang at the walk through, but singing is not my gift.
She sang, huh?
She sang, we were singing one of the freedom songs, but I want to tell you that truck bed there,
Yes, sir.
often, you know Dr. King's wife from...
We both came in Ford's too.
Okay, then.
Has Ford helped here? Has Ford
Nah.
donated that? Because Ford has helped the African American.
I'm not aware, but maybe that's somewhere I ought to pursue.
Yeah, that museum up in D.C. They
Right.
donated a lot of money to that museum.
So, you know Dr. King's wife was from Marion, Alabama, just down the road. Did you know that? So he was in this area often because he couldn't send his wife because she was in danger, so he had to bring her. So while he was here, he did stuff in Montgomery, Greensboro, and the Black Belt. One of his trips here, he was supposed to speak at a church, but the Klan found out and said, "You open the church door, told the men, you open the church, we're going to blow the church up." So the gentleman had a brand new truck, brand new truck. He put his truck up in the church yard, and he let Dr. King speak from it. And he kept it all those years until Miss Burroughs opened the museum, and he gave it to the museum. So Dr. King stood on that truck to speak, give one of his speeches.
That's a truck bed that Dr. King stood in.
Right.
Kind of like Jesus in the boat.
Hey, you know something about the Bible, don't you?
I know a little bit about it. I'm just born again, that's all.
That's all.
That's it. I just know the truth.
That's all right. We'll talk about that. We got so much. But look, a famous tapestry maker heard about the museum, and they made this. They said the tablecloth, but I think the tapestry more or less
It's a beautiful tapestry.
to illustrate what the foot soles and to remember the foot soles. You see that some are sewn on, some are painted on, and in this corner here we have the heels that represent Rosa Parks, but different ages, different sizes, different people. And the Auburn Root Studio also had this section here, or an art museum. One of the things that we want to do is start we need to tell our own story, and people tell their story in different ways. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And so for the people who are artists, we want them to be able to tell their own story. So Mr. Louis Burroughs, you know Bobby's uncle.
I never met him.
Never met him, so he's gonna come back eventually.
I think he told me about him. Was he
He's the president of the board here.
Okay.
So he created this sculpture. It's made from styrofoam and a milk crate. And he wanted the children to know that you don't need marble, you don't need mahogany to create a sculpture.
What's it made out of?
Styrofoam
Styrofoam.
and a milk crate and some cheap paint.
Wow.
The book lady, he calls it because she embraced all that she'd gone through, but she kept looking up, knowing that education was going to lift her up.
I would love to see the process that he went through to make that, because I can't even imagine how he did it.
I'm not.
Now with styrofoam and paint. I'm an artist.
Go ahead, yes, please.
But I don't.
It's not cold, but you can get whatever you want there.
But I can't imagine how he did that with styrofoam. I don't know.
And all this painting here is this Burroughs work, and so he just wants children to see. He donated it to the museum. Except this is not Mrs. Burroughs.
Billy Holiday.
There you go. Because of strange fruit.
Yeah.
You familiar with that?
Hanging from the tree.
That's right. And you know she died when she was in the hospital on a deathbed. She was handcuffed to the bed.
Wow.
But she didn't stop telling the truth.
Rest in peace.
Right. So that's what Mr. Burroughs worked on. We'll talk about all that.
Louis Burroughs is her son.
No.
Okay.
Louis Burroughs is Teresa's cousin.
Okay.
But he was her husband's cousin.
Okay.
But not Teresa's. But he's the president of the board right now. He's in Ohio, but he's planning to move back this way.
Okay.
He convinced me to take this job. I'll do it for a little while longer. This mothers often see this. They think about this. We get a lot of comments on this. The question is there's a lady whose embrace is empty because she's missing her child, or is this a lady who's having to hold a white child and the pain on her face because she's holding a child that's not her own. So many mothers have to leave their children home to take care of somebody else's baby. I think the help was really expressive of that. And I always say, and I would like to ask the artist, what is the purpose of the blue glove?
That's what I was looking at, the blue glove. She definitely is in the medical field. She's a servant, I think. She's a person she's one of those essential workers somehow.
Right. But she had to leave her children at home. I think about that. I just I don't know about it.
It's provocative, thought-provoking picture. Make you think, huh?
Right. Well, just one quick area, a couple more.
Congressional record. What was her name? Congresswoman Seward, right? Terry Seward.
Right. She gave Ms. Burroughs these awards.
That's her name right there.
Right.
You're gonna put her back, right?
Yeah.
She deserves to be back.
Right. I was on the phone yesterday. When I said something yesterday.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with somebody from my office talking about grants available for us.
It's important who represents you.
Right.
Are they really representing the people? Or are they, as with Joe Louis, another Alabama boy, right?
Yeah. Bunch of other. Everybody, did you know?
Yeah.
The Black Panther Party was the guy from Lowndes County?
Tell me about it.
Huh?
Tell me about it.
The last one that was killed, arrested, they arrested him in Lowndes County, he came back home. They were from Alabama. They were from Alabama. Everybody who's anybody is from Alabama. I say that, but really, also, this Bloody Sunday, that march. You know why that started?
I do. Selma, she marched.
What
Mrs. Burroughs.
I know she marched in, but what caused it? What facilitated it?
They wanted to vote.
Jimmy Lee Jackson, the boy out of Marion, Alabama, went to Greensboro and they killed him. Yeah. And so the black folk rallied up and said, we're going to march. And Brother Sutton happened. Then Dr. King came. You follow what I'm saying? We know Dr. King, we know Ralph Abernathy, we know all those folks, but put Ms. Burroughs to celebrate, there were a lot of folks that did work before he got here. You know what I mean? I thank you for somebody coming to lead us.
We gonna march through that bridge, back across the bridge the other way, and rename that bridge after somebody that's not.
That's right, a Klansman. Edmund Pettis is a Klansman.
How is their name still on everything? I'm still driving down Lee Street. I don't feel right driving down Lee Street.
Yeah. Don't let me get started there. Yeah, that's been a fight. Practically every county